welcome to my Wednesday webinar. I want to give a shout out to Laura Agradnik for the idea for this webinar, and I thought it was such a great idea because the topic of bags and flattery doesn't come up often enough, I think. So a lot of times, when we're thinking about what's flattering to us, we think about, makeup or clothes, of course, jeans, but very rarely do we think about how a bag works with our overall look or if it flatters us or not. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be posting gift guides every day this week. So I did women on Monday, men yesterday. Today, beauty is going live, and then I've got teens and tweens. I have kids. I have stocking stuffers, and I have hostess gifts coming up. So if you guys have any ideas, or if you're looking for anything in particular, or anything that you want me to add to the gift guide, please share it with me so that I can add it to the gift guide. Okay? Because those are the most fun that I have blogging all year is those gift guides, which is like fantasy shopping. So okay, let's get down to it and talk about bags. So there are 4 important criteria to look at when you are looking at buying a new purse. First of all, I always view a purse as an investment, sort of like a pair of shoes, but even more so because you change them less frequently than you change your shoes typically. So a purse is something you can carry all season, all year, or ideally even for years and years to come. So you really want to invest a good amount of your wardrobe budget in a great handbag. It will pay off for years and years to come if you make a wise choice. So a handbag, I view a handbag as an investment. So whatever an investment price tag looks for you, whether that's $50 or $500 or more, that's what you should consider spending on a bag. A lot of times I've had women take issue with the price of a really nice handbag, or but they'll spend that on a nice dinner, or they'll spend it on a nice bottle of wine, or they'll spend it on several handbags over the course of the year. Maybe they'll go and they'll make a few impulse purchases and they'll buy 2 or 3 handbags over the course of the year, and they've spent $30 on each. Well, my advice would be start a bag fund. And rather than buying all the little inexpensive impulse spontaneous bags that you buy, save it up and invest in one nice bag. So whether, like I said, whether that's $50 for you, or $100, or $300, or $500, whatever that price point is, it is worth it to save up and to invest in a really good bag. It will more than make up for what you paid for it in how much you use it. So. Little story, I was driving a couple days ago, and this is 2 stories about my favorite bag. My favorite bag is the Prada Gofra tote, which I will post a picture of to show you. It's a big, everybody who knows me knows, it's a big black patent leather Prada bag. I bought it when Eva was just under a year old. She is just about to turn 10, so I've had it for 9 years. I spent a lot of money on the bag. It was the most money I had ever spent on a bag up until that point. And I kind of felt guilty spending, hi Libby, how are you? I kind of felt guilty spending a lot of money on that Prada bag when I just had, I had a baby still in diapers at home. But it was at an outlet. It was a great deal. And I will tell you that bag, I have used that Prada bag pretty much every day of my life since. For 9 years, the bag looks completely new. It has had, goldfish and leaky milk sippy cups, and even a turkey leg from Disney at one time. That bag has held it all. It doubles as a travel tote. When I'm traveling, I can put all the girls' devices in it. I can put our books. I can put just a ton of stuff. And no matter how full that bag is, it never looks overstuffed. It is just the best quality and really one of the best investments I've made. And 9.5 years, and it's still going strong, and I'm not at all tired of it. So, hi Natalie! Oh, I'm so happy to have you here for the first time. Thanks for joining me. And talking about bags, Laura Grodnick gave me this idea Monday night when we were talking during music theater class. So she said, how do you pick a bag that flatters you? So my first piece of advice when it comes to price is whatever an investment price tag looks for you, $50, $100, $200, $300, $500, whatever that looks for you, a bag should definitely be an investment item, because the more you spend on a bag, especially a classic bag that's timeless and that's neutral, you will use it for years and years and years to come and will never ever regret that purchase if you choose wisely. So I am here to help you choose wisely. So, okay, so I wrote down a couple things. I can't find my paper. About, here it is. Okay, my notes about how to choose the right handbag. Okay, so the first thing is you want to look at the size. So part of this is lifestyle related, and part of it is your personal size and what works on your body. So in terms of the size of bag that you want, as a mom, I'm past the stage where I have a diaper bag or need a diaper bag anymore, but I still always feel like I carry a lot of stuff with me, which is why I carry a roomy, soft tote bag. That Prada bag is my main bag. If you have a different lifestyle, or if you're far more disciplined and more minimalist in what you carry around with you, then you can go smaller. So I'll show you. I wanted this was a little throwaway bag that I bought this summer because I wanted something to wear to like theme parks and stuff like that when I didn't want to carry my big Prada bag, which tends to get really heavy because I tend to put a ton of stuff in it. So I grabbed this little Steve Madden bag. I think it was honestly, this is Steve Madden, I think so. It was like $20 at Marshall's. And it's a crossbody. So the great thing about a crossbody is that it gives you the option of being hands-free. You don't have to carry it. It keeps your stuff close to you. It's great for traveling. It keeps things secure and safe and close to your body. Most of them are relatively compact. So, you fit a phone in here, your keys. My wallet won't even fit in here, so I have to take stuff out and put it in here, which is one of the things that's not super practical about this bag. But, it's got, little compartments for your stuff, and it's a great like running around town bag when you don't want to carry anything big and bulky. So crossbody. So Laura was asking specifically about crossbodies. Well, how do you know if a crossbody flatters you? As a rule, you don't want to put anything on your body you don't want any details on a spot on your body that you're not comfortable with. So for example, you don't love your hips. You don't want your crossbody to hit at the widest part of your hips. You don't like your belly. You don't want your crossbody strap to be right here so that everybody's like checking out your belly. So make sure that wherever the bag hits at that spot on your body is a spot that you're comfortable drawing attention to, because that's exactly what you're doing with the end of your crossbody. So for example, this crossbody hits me lower here. And that works for me. I don't have a problem highlighting that part of my body because that's not a part of my body that I'm uncomfortable with. So keep that in mind. Your crossbody, any of your bags, wherever they land, is wherever you're holding them. If you hold a bag, like this, where your arm is, all of that. Keep those details in mind. Where are people looking? When they're noticing your bag, what part of your body is it closest to? So that's a flattery thing when it comes to bags, okay? So back to size. There are several styles of bags that come in different sizes, and if you really are the type of person like me who needs to carry a lot of stuff with you most of the time, then you're going to want to go with a tote like my Prada, or this Louis Alma bag. It's also a nice tote. What's great about this bag is, it's not as big as the Prada, and it's not slouchy like the Prada, so it doesn't hold as much stuff, but it does hold quite a bit, and it never looks overstuffed. Another bag that's really good for that is a bucket bag. A bucket bag literally is that shape of a bucket, and then it usually has those ties at the top. A bucket bag is great for stuffing with things because you can put a ton of stuff in it and it doesn't ever look overstuffed or bulky. It's like Mary Poppins carpet bag. You just keep putting stuff in it and the stuff it holds it all. So a bucket bag, a tote bag, a top handle bag like this, those are all good when you want to carry a lot of stuff. crossbodies, and of course clutches are if you're more of a minimalist and you don't have as much stuff to carry. So style is really a matter of lifestyle and of personal style. So when you choose the style of your bag, obviously base it on what you're going to be using your bag for. There are evening bags, there are daytime bags, work bags, weekend bags, etc. But again, keep size in mind. And that generally has to do with how you plan on using the bag. And then the second aspect of size is how it measures up next to your body. So if you are a really tiny person, like I am, I'm 5'2" and petite, carrying a really big bag can sometimes be overwhelming. That said, my Prada bag is pretty big. I would not go bigger than that. It can look a little comical to have a really small woman carrying a really big bag. At the same, the other extreme, if you're really tall, you can have a little bit more drama and a little bit larger scale in your handbags because it's proportional to your body and it will look out of place on your body. So keep your own size as well as the bag size in mind when choosing your next bag. Okay, so we talked about size. We talked about, let's talk about color next. Okay, so as a good rule of thumb, just to throw this out there, the color of your hair can dictate the color of your everyday workhorse of a bag. The bag that you reach for again and again, that you carry day in and day out. That bag should be in a neutral color that mimics or echoes the color of your hair. So if you're a blonde, it can be, a cream colored bag, or, they used to call it bone. I don't think they call it bone anymore, but like a light cream and ivory, a light beige colored bag. If you are a brunette like me, it can be black or brown. If you are a redhead, it can be a warm brown or chestnut brown color. So that's always a good rule of thumb. Of course, blondes can also use navy as a neutral. Softs, who I generally advise to stay away from the color black. Softs should choose ivory or charcoal or navy as a neutral for a handbag, or brown. So that the color that is going to be most flattering for your go-to bag is the color that is closest to the color that you wear your hair. So for me, it's black. I'm a black bag girl. I love black bags, and I like to wear the color black in general, so that tends to go with my wardrobe. I could also do brown because obviously my hair has a lot of brown, especially at the ends. But since I prefer black in clothing, I choose black in accessories. And so that's the next criteria. Are you a black shoes girl or a brown shoes girl? If you're a brown shoes girl, you're going to want to err on the side of a warmer bag. If you wear black shoes predominantly, you're going to want a black bag. Of course, you can have multiple bags, but I'm talking about the one main investment bag that you have, that you carry day in, day out. That's your workhorse. That should be that neutral color that's inspired by your hair color. So we talked about color, and obviously after you've covered the neutral base and you've got that one neutral awesome bag that you love and you can carry anywhere, you can go crazy with color and have so much fun. I'll show you just to give you an idea. I love buying a new color bag for a season that's a hot color of the season. This bag, which I've had for a few years, is deeper than it looks on camera. This is a really great color this season, and so this bag, I've had it forever, but this bag I'm pulling out a lot this year. A couple of years ago, I got this Coach bag as an accent color bag for the season. This is a nice little slouchy tote. So in addition to your neutral, feel free to go for a bright or bold color, and keep in mind that color goes with color. You can wear color with other colors. A lot of times people are like, oh, I can't get a coral bag, it doesn't go with everything. Yes, it does. It goes with almost everything. So you can wear color with color. You don't just need neutral to be versatile. So don't be afraid to, especially in a fun accessory like a bag, to just go crazy with color. Obviously, if you have a color palette for your wardrobe, you're going to want to cover those bases first. So if you're a capsule wardrobe girl and you've got your palette of 6 or 9 or 12 colors, then use those colors, one of the neutrals and then one of the bold or pop colors from your color palette, as guidelines to choosing your best bag color, because then everything is really going to be very versatile and interchangeable in your wardrobe. Okay, so we talked about size of bag, we talked about color of bag. Price. Okay, I mentioned this a little bit, and like I said, I believe a bag should be an investment item, and you should spend, what you consider an investment price on your bag. So there are a couple of tiers of bags. So there's, the $100, $150 bags and below. Well, I guess there's even a lower category. Like if you're going to go to Target or Old Navy or whatever, you're going to find the really, really budget bags, the Charming Charlie. Then you've got the $100 to $150 bags. Sometimes the kind of cold bags fall in, like, Steve Madden, those types of brands. Then you'll have the mid-luxury bags, $300 to $500, the Coach and the Kate Spade, and those types of bags will generally, Michael Kors, fall into that category. And then you have what they call status bags. So we all know Louis and Gucci and Fendi and Prada, and those are the, yes, I know those thanks for the heart. Those are like, old friends of mine. But Burberry, those types of bags are the real investment bags. And I believe that within reason, whether you buy it at Bag, Borrow, or Steal, whether you get it from a consignment store, whether it's vintage, whether it's new, every woman at one point in her life should own a status bag. They are, if you choose well, not all of them, but if you choose well, they're timeless, they're really, really durable, and they just elevate everything you wear. That Prada bag, for example, if I, were to go out to Publix on a Saturday morning in sweats and sunglasses, that bag is like my armor. When I carry that bag, I feel dressed, I feel pulled together, I feel like, oh, these sweats are suddenly a little fancier, and my hair suddenly looks a little less poofy, and it just makes everything, look more polished. So consider treating yourself if you have a milestone birthday or anniversary. Consider treating yourself to an investment bag, a status bag. And like I said, whatever that is for you, whether if it's the Kate Spade or Coach or Dooney purse that you've always wanted, then great. If it's a Gucci or a Prada or a Louis, and you can do that and not cut too much out of your family's budget, then I say go for it. You won't regret a classic bag. I did a post on iconic status bags and like the style to buy in each of the big brands, so that you can be sure that you're making a good investment and buying a timeless bag. So I'll share that post in a link underneath this video. So I want to show you one of my favorite. This was a gift from my husband. It's the Alma. I believe it's called the Alma. So this is my Louis. Look at this bag underneath. This bag is probably 15 or 16 years old. It is pristine. You would think I do not use this bag, and I use it all the time. So hi, how are you, Kath? Nice to see you. I'm talking about handbags. So a really, again, this Louis bag, it's a red bag. It's a structured shape, which I really, really, I like the look of a structured handbag because I think they're so ladylike. And this bag is really, we got it shortly after we got married, so 16 years old, and it looks like the day I bought it. It's in perfect shape. And it's because those bags, provided you don't, spill any ink on the inside or do anything else that can destroy the bag, they last forever. They last forever. You can use it and abuse it. I mean, I put mine down on the floor at restaurants. Mine have fallen. Oh my gosh, I had this on my car once and drove off, and it fell off the top of the car. So, I mean, I tell you, like, I use my bags. I'm not gentle with them. And a really well-made designer bag will really hold up. So Chanel, of course, is, the ultimate luxury bag. And so any of those status bags, the Chanel 2.55 is the is the timeless classic one that is an investment piece. Of course, the Hermes, if we want to go really, really high end. But you don't have to go to a Chanel or an Hermes. There are a lot of great bags that are still an investment, but will really hold up for a very, very long time, and kind of you will get your money's worth out of those bags. So don't be afraid to spend on a good bag, and just stop buying any bags for a little while. Just save up and buy one really great one, and you will use it for years. You will not regret it. If you need any advice about which bag to buy, I'm always here. So we talked about size, we talked about color, we talked about price. Now let's talk about style. Talk a little bit about this. The crossbody is like this one that I'm holding is really great if you want to be hands-free. Hi, Laura. Laura, you inspired this video, so you're going to have to go back and watch it from the beginning and tell me what you think. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on this video so that I can answer your questions. But talking about different types of bags. So one of the things that I think really brings down an evening outfit is carrying a daytime bag at night. And we've all had to run from work to an event or whatever, and that's fine every now and then. But if you're going to a cocktail party or a formal event, I feel like you should have a bag that matches the dressiness of your outfit. So I'll show you a couple of evening bags. This is one of my favorite evening bags. It's Moschino. I've had this bag for years, and I just think it's so cute, and it goes with everything. It doesn't hold much, including my phone anymore, but I love that bag. This is a Ted Baker bag that it's got the rose gold handle. It's as you can tell, it's small, but it also has a detachable strap. So you can also use it as a crossbody to run around during the day. But it's a fabric and beautiful for evening, but will also work for day. Most bags that work for evening, not all of them, but most bags that work for evening, you can also carry during the day, but not vice versa. And then I have a couple of clutches that really are day to evening bags. This is one of them. I use it primarily in the evening just because I usually carry more stuff during the day, but it works just as well at daytime. And again, this also has a strap if you don't like clutches. This is a Valentino bag. And then this bag, I love this bag. Isn't it fun? It's a Kate Spade. I got it at the Kate Spade outlet, and it says, "For moi, there's no such thing as a casual Friday." And I'm sorry, this was so me, and I'm obsessed with Miss Piggy. She's one of the reasons I decided to major in French, and I just love this bag. I think it's so much fun, and it's a conversation piece at a party, and it's great with a little black dress or something neutral, and it just adds a little pop of color. And it's pink. I love it. So clutches are great for leather clutches. Work for day to evening. Fabric clutches generally tend to be more for evening, and embellished clutches, beaded clutches are generally more for evening.